Hey guys, Jonah here once again, and I'm doing another extra special beer review, sponsored by the Royston, or should I say Andy from the Royston, um, who gave me fantastic deals as part of kind of Black Friday. Um, and it's really good because I can do some more special reviews in the run up to Christmas, which is, yeah, fantastic. Anyway, it's another one of those. And I've got this beer. It is the Cloudwater ninth birthday DIPA. Um, as you can see, oh, sorry, around there it says I am 9. It's got a badge, which is kind of cool. And Cloudwater's birthday, I believe, was in February. Not 100% sure about that because I was reading it from the internet. You should never do such things, but hey, that's what it is. There we go. It's just called the Cloudwater 9th birthday DIPA. And as usual, it's not going to focus. Well, hopefully it will focus on that because it says 8%. I'm hoping it's going to focus. You can read that, right, dear viewer? Oh, there we go. First world problems, eh? Yeah, 8% DIPA, which is cool. Bang on trend. We've got barley, oats, and wheat in there. Of course we have. Let's turn this bad boy around. It's been in the fridge for a couple of days. DIPA in like balloons or condoms or something. Yeah, it's kind of that color is not really doing much for the background, but there's not that much going on. Anyhow, as usual, this is going to be ridiculous hop affair like Cloudwater do, although their crown is beginning to slip a little bit. People are not as happy with Cloudwater as perhaps they were previously, but I still like them. I think they're cool. Hops in here a Citra, Idaho 7, and Nelson Savon. Nelson Savon. And if you wanted to know if I can read it, I can't really read that. Can you read that, dear viewers? 9 something, £9.50, something like that. Yeah, there you go, 9.50. I didn't get it for that. I got it much less than that, and I think the best before is around August. I think so. It's slightly out of date, but never mind. Especially when you've got an 8% beer and it's got a shed load of hops in it. My God, that sounds like an IPA that was destined for a long journey. I wonder who thought that up and would go across the sea for months at a time. That's what IPAs used to do. This one, I walked to the Royston and picked this bad boy up along with some other beers. I did have another one that I was looking at, but that was a 10% beer that God knows when I'm going to have that one. But yeah, you can't have too many beers all of one evening, especially on a school night. Maybe I'll wait for the weekend. But we are pretty busy over here in this neck of the woods in the run up to Christmas. Christmas is fast approaching. So I don't know exactly when I'm going to get around to doing all these reviews, but too many beers and not enough time. And I've got another Beer 52 box arriving, I think within the week or something. Who knows? Anyway, let's get this into a glass. Oh, the other good thing is it's a big one. It's a 440. And there is a pint glass. So this is obviously going to be cloudy as a mofo. And look at, oh dear, dumped a load of sediment in there. I was hoping it wouldn't have too much, but hey, never mind. Right, let's have a look. Not surprised, but that is more or less a fingernail's worth of head. Can we see any floaty bits flying around in there? Not really, which is good. Cool. Let us get a nice photo. Right. This is going to be dank as anything, I can guarantee it. But weirdly, dank, but it's got Nelson Sauvin in, which is interesting. Look, the head has kind of already dissipated, but we've also got oats and wheat in here, so I'm hoping we'll get some lacing. At the very least, it will be rude not to invite someone to your birthday party and not give them some lacing. Nice. Okay, so weirdly, not hugely dank on the nose. We're getting some nice up flavors, some white noise, perhaps. High notes, that's what I like to call them. Things like lychee, gooseberry, grape from the Nelson Sauvin, maybe a little bit too from the Idaho 7. Although I'm pretty sure that's the one I tend to get a nutty kind of thing from, like a coconut sort of thing. Maybe we'll find out, dear viewer. And there is some greenness, no doubt, from the Citra, which is kind of cool. I'm just gonna pull that down because one of my friends has done quite a nice review, and I thought I'd keep that in mind as I drink. Okay, I don't want to copy anyone, but I thought, will I agree or not? I can't remember. Earlier on in the year, I had one of these type beers, incredibly dank, crazy stuff. That was from the Royston as well. So thanks, Andy, for keeping it dank for Christmas. We had quite a good night at the weekend last weekend. It was funny as anything, and he was even I don't know if I should be saying this, but he had a beer or two, just a little sip, but he was trying the beers as well. So cheers, Andy. Happy Christmas, dude. Okay, interesting. That is not as like ridiculously dank as I thought it was going to be. Um, there are some breweries. Verdant is one of them with their putty beer, which is ridiculously dank. This not too bad. The high notes are really kind of doing it for me. Um, so those white fruits, so like I said, gooseberry, lychee, that kind of thing, are in the beer as well. Yes, you do have some greenness. You definitely do. Um, I'm searching out for that kind of creamy nuttiness that I'm sure Idaho 7 gives me sometimes. Um, but it's not there. Maybe it's mixing together with the oats especially, but I was going to say the oats and wheat, which give that kind of creaminess anyway, and it kind of pulls everything together as well, which is kind of cool. Uh, Even though this has been in the fridge, I am getting a bit of heat, especially on my exhaled breath, um, which is useful when you're drinking an 8% beer, especially a big one. Chamon. Oh. Okay, things are beginning to kind of dank up here. And it's definitely, I think, especially with these types of beers, because they use Citra a lot of time. Citra is like a hedgerow hop. It's green. It's got that dank energy anyway. And then you combine it with a yeast, the Verdant strain, which is obviously from Verdant. Um, that really reacts well to green hops. Citra's a good one. Columbus is another one. Any really of the sea hops. Cascade maybe not so much, um, but the kind of greenery that give that kind of pine thing. Ooh. So we're definitely getting pine. Oh, yeah, this is going to involve me sitting in a darkened room. I've got a feeling that that will be in my future, and I'm going to have some nice dreams, I think. Let's have a look at this review. So, oh wow, lychee, grape, gooseberry. So they're saying that as well on the initial taste. Then the dank cleans the palate, leaving resinous pomelo. Interesting. Um, yeah, yeah, I would say that there is a bit of kind of pine, a bit of resin, a bit of kind of. When people think dank, they think green, they think sort of yeah, but dank can also be pine trees after the rain. So you're walking through and you're getting that resinous thing, but it's not like an obscene resin, a concentrated resin. It's like a nice kind of watery resin on the air, like when there's a mist around or a fog and you go walking through. I used to love doing that. I used to like walking around in fog anyway, um, but you know what I mean? Maybe not this time of year. You're talking probably, I'd say, sort of, it used to be sort of September, October, November time, and then December was winter, which it is winter, of course. These days, especially in the UK, everything kind of merges together. It's really weird. You can get really sunny, hot days in February, like 20 degrees, and then it can snow in March. I think I've even seen it snowing in April before. But for some reason, December, although they keep threatening it's going to snow, I think a lot of the time that's to try and drum up the kind of white Christmas kind of spirit. Um, yeah, the other thing is there's definitely some tide lines on there, but they are very, very weak. Oh, there's a sort of, what's that, a sort of walking stick thing on that side, and probably something very similar on that side. A broom, perhaps, like Harry Potter sailing around in the air. Um, I've forgotten where I was going with this. Um, Dankness, yes, does not have to mean like fungus and mold and stuff. It can mean nice green kind of freshness, which is kind of where this one sits. I'll tell you what though, it's interesting having this without um, this style of beer, I should say, without the kind of real tropical fruits. This is white fruits. I mean, I guess they are tropical, lychee and etc. Gooseberry. Well, gooseberry maybe not so much. Um, I would like to think a beer having quince flavour, you know, like for a Christmas kind of period. If there are any hops that taste like quince, let me know down below. I'd be very interested to find that. Cheers and beers. Oh, oh, okay. All that sediment is kind of concentrated on the bottom. And what I'm getting now is a kind of bitterness. Um, yeah, in a kind of lemony type way. It's not quite there. It's like lemon, um, chalky kind of quick lime. How about that? And that they used to put into building materials and that kind of thing. Um, yeah, it's a kind of gritty lemon taste, which is quite interesting. Um, Not really my cup of tea. I do have a predominantly sweet tooth, and I know people love their dank beers. Um, but me, I kind of got over the superb hop thing. Um, and this kind of style, the kind of new school DIPA style. Yeah, I still love an old school like an alchemist or something like that. Jesus Christ, Heady Topper, for example, is absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, some of these dank beers, just for dank's sake, I know it is a thing. I do understand that, but things do move on. It's really interesting, the world of craft beer, of which Cloudwater is, man, that has been at the one of the top ones in the UK for so many years. It's crazy. But perhaps things are moving on. People are kind of discovering new styles. I think for me personally, I'm thinking more of the kind of imperial milk stouts and kind of that side of things. If I'm going for a really strong beer, I quite like to go for one of those. Um, maybe Maybe not the barrel aged stuff, although I do quite like that. A nice rum cask, or a cognac or a sherry cask. They can impart some fantastic flavours. And there we go. 15 minutes, 16 minutes. And that's how long it takes for me to drink nearly a pint of 8% beer from Cloudwater. Whoa. That started off really well, and it got a bit bitter towards the bottom. I don't know if I could drink two of these in a row. But anyway, happy birthday. 9 years old from Cloudwater. It will be 10 very, very soon. And maybe I'll get a can of their 10th birthday. I'm sure Andy's going to bring some into the Royston. Please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Remember, Christmas is definitely coming up. It's time to be merry. It's time to drink some of those ludicrous beers that you've had in the cupboard for a while. And I'll be back with another beer review, and that's going to come up real soon. Oh, yeah.